This is the Cholo News Report for Tuesday 27 August 2019. Lebanese President Michael Aoun accuses Israel of a declaration of war, and asserts the right of the country to defend itself from aggression in response to Israeli strikes in the Bekaa Valley. We use cookies to personalize content and ads, to provide social media features and to analyze our traffic. The Federal Cartel Office in Germany announced that it will appeal a decision by a regional court that suspended its restrictions on Facebook's activities. The appeal will bring the dispute over underlying privacy issues to the attention of the country's highest court. Last month, Facebook said it would improve user data safeguards as part of a settlement to resolve a U.S. government probe into its privacy practices, which resulted in a $5 billion fine. An Oklahoma district court finds Johnson & Johnson liable for exacerbating opioid addiction in the state, and fines them United States $572 million. The company announces it will appeal. Other drug makers that sell opioid painkillers and are defending against similar lawsuits also rose after hours, including Teva Pharmaceutical Industries Limited, up 1.4 higher. Joe Rice, a lead plaintiff's attorney for municipalities in the federal litigation, said if the Oklahoma award were extrapolated to other states, it could mean an annual abatement cost of around $38 billion. Taiwanese Foreign Minister Joseph Wu alerts Pacific Island nations, especially the Solomon Islands, about growing Chinese investment in their economies, saying it's a trap. Wu, speaking from Palau, says he is confident that the Solomon Islanders will continue with their current ties with Taiwan. 16 Solomons declared last week they wanted the country to stick with Taiwan, following the visit of a ministerial delegation to China. The group is led by the Minister for National Planning, Rick Howe, who said a vote in Parliament on the matter would not happen this year. G7 leaders discuss climate change and Iran at the G7 summit in Biarritz, France. The document notably leaves out discussions on the Amazon and on climate change, and instead focuses on trade, Iran, Ukraine and Libya. The G7 calls on finance ministers to monitor the state of the global economy. Because of that, the G7 wants to change the WTO in depth in order to be more effective in the protection of intellectual property, to settle disputes more quickly, and to eradicate unfair commercial practices. The G7 is committed to reaching an agreement in 2020 to simplify regulatory barriers and modernize international taxation in the context of the OECD. We fully share two objectives: to ensure that Iran can never acquire nuclear weapons and promote peace and stability in the region. Indonesian President Joko Widodo announces North Penajam Pasir and Kutai Kartanegara regencies as location of the future Indonesian capital. Construction of the new capital city will be started in 2020, and is expected to be finished in 2024. Bukit Jarato was one of several areas that have been nominated for the site of a new capital city.